What's up, everyone? I just had a request for a guy wanting to learn some hi-hat stuff to make it sound not so 8th note and 16th note based, so maybe a little more broken up or a little bit of different things you can do to make your hi-hat sound better. So I'm going to go through some of the stuff that I use in my everyday playing. I'll just show like an 8th note and a 16th note groove and where we can go from there first. So the first thing we're going to do is 16th notes, and we're going to do a grid. So we're going to do the bass drum on 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to do the E's, the Ahs, and the Ands, and then you can do a double on each one and then a triple. I'll kind of show you that as we go. Do that for almost every one of these, and you're going to have complete bass drum freedom, and then all of a sudden you stop thinking about your hands because you're more focused on that, and then it just becomes natural. The next thing I would go from there is I would start working on accents on the hi-hat to make it start grooving and bass drum placement. So I'll show you just like a really boring 16th note right and left hand with 1 and 3 kick drum, and I'll show you all of a sudden how that beat can sound good. That's the first step, is you want to be able to have some freedom with both hands and where you're hitting the accents. And I try and line that either up with like a bass hit or maybe a vocal pattern or a guitar pattern. Now the next two I would learn would be 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a, and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and do the whole bass drum grid over top, but I'm not going to go that long in this video. So I'll show you those two. And the second one. You're not going to play them like that when you're actually using them, but you will do 1 or 2 maybe at a time, and that's where you need to have it down on every single one of the notes. So once you got those pretty comfortable, there's 2 more things you're going to learn. One would be I would do some double strokes on there and inverted doubles. Do these real slow, get them clean. So the next thing is you're going to move your right hand over here. If you're doing paradiddles or say like inverted doubles or anything on here, keeping the backbeat on 2 and 4 and you move it here, it totally changes it. So here I'm going to do an inverted double to start, and then I'm going to continue it on. I don't know the sticking off the top of my head. I'm just going to play it. If this is something people want to learn, you could ask me below. And all it is an inverted double and a few more rudiments, hitting the bass drum with the right hand, and it sounds like a pretty cool beat. You can move it around, you can do it over here. The last thing we're going to do is opening and closing the hi-hat is important. So I do the same thing on a grid system with the right and left hand on 16th notes. So you really get used to it. One thing is, when they're supposed to be, while your right hand's hitting the snare drum on 2 and 4, you can't do it. But the rest of them you can. So it'll be 2 at the right and 4 with the left, and I'll show you that. Make sure you have the hi-hat closed before the next note is hit. And then that way when you're playing some stuff over here, you can start doing like right and left while opening and closing the hi-hat. So now I'm just going to go over a couple of those things and see what we come up with. I'll set the click to about 105. So that's kind of a slow example. I don't seem to play this too fast usually myself anyways, because when I'm playing at 200 plus beats a minute, it'd be ridiculous to do that. The only time I'll use it is for accents, and I do it more on the ride cymbal. I'll give a quick example of that. So if you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you had any questions or comments on this, let me know below. And to the guy who requested it, if that's what you were kind of asking, let me know. And if that was completely off, I apologize. And I'll try and make you another one. All right, take her easy.